Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My most popular video was about building a house in the Philippines. And so I got a lot of questions about this, that, and the other. I'm just gonna touch base on a couple of the things I feel are super important. I'm gonna swing the camera around. So I got 12 columns and the house is not even that big. Each column at the first story, the first level, are 21 inches by 21 inches and are capable of supporting a 4-story house or building. Also, all 12 columns go down 8 feet below grade. Since I've been here, probably almost a year now, we've experienced 7 or 8 earthquakes. Most of them are small. They last 1 or 2 seconds, enough just to scare the hell out of you, but one of them lasted about 5 seconds. I ran downstairs and I knew it was an earthquake because that chandelier was swinging. I ran downstairs and that structure next door was swaying back and forth. Our house didn't move 1 inch. Okay, the rebar that goes in the columns is as thicker than my thumb. And so we upgraded. There's no such thing as too much when it comes to your foundation. So we upgraded for the biggest rebar, and the workers that were making the house were like, come on, man, do you really need this much rebar? Because the cultural mindset of building a house in the Philippines, they're going to use rebar thinner than your pinky. And so I spent extra. It wasn't that expensive anyway. But let's move on to 2 other things. I don't need to make a long video. Here's the second floor. All right, so this is concrete, but how thick is the second floor slab? Watch what I do. Right there. This second floor slab is 11 inches. I worked in construction my entire life almost, and they poured concrete floors for Washington, D.C. 10-story buildings that were only 6 inches. 11 inches for that slab, loaded with rebar, the big kind. Now let's go over here. First of all, let's say hi to Jesus. And this beam is traversing both sides of the house. There's a bedroom on this side, and then there's a bedroom bathroom on this side. This column, this is 21 inches, and it's 12 inches thick. This is not hollow block. This is solid concrete loaded with rebar to connect both parts of the house, since there's no floor here. So if you're going to build a house in the Philippines, I would suggest that you overdo it on the columns and the rebar. It's worth its weight in gold, and there's different grades of concrete. You have to watch all that carefully. If you don't understand what they're doing when they're pouring your floor. Oh, here's another thing. In America, we use what looks like granite gravel that goes into all the concrete. They don't have that here. You can get it, but it's expensive and it's far away. What do? They go down to the river and they get round stones. They call it gravel. It's just river stones. They're all round, and some of them are as big as your head, big as a cantaloupe, and they're putting that in your concrete. And I'm like, no. I don't want anything bigger than, let's say, a small apple or smaller. I want the concrete, not the quartz rock or whatever the rock is made of. To me, that's overdoing it on the stone, so you get away with less concrete. I'm not having it. And so if you're doing that, pay attention to that. And then I'll close with this. They don't believe in wire nuts. Every single wired connection in your home will be a couple of twists and a couple of pieces of black electrical tape, and they're done. Your entire house is going to be wired with tape. on all the wired connections. I have seen situations where the foreigner brought in wire nuts, which is much safer, and they said, "Sir, that's dangerous. That can cause a fire." They don't know what they're talking about. I've seen scenarios where a guy was doing a build out in the mall, and he gave them wire nuts, and they refused to use them. Okay, don't let them get away with not using wire nuts, because once you get wire inside this column and it breaks because it's only black tape, what are you going to do? What are you doing down there, big boy? Anyway, you guys have a great day, and as always, thanks for watching.